welcome everybody to another episode of How I See It. And yes, I do have a patriotic themed shirt on, and no, it's not July 4th, but every day is a day to be proud of your country. Given the recent and current, shall we say, activities across this great country of ours, I thought it was important to come on and just talk about being proud of our country. And we do have a country to be proud of. So let me bring a few things to you. And I made some notes here so that we can make sure and talk about some of America's greatness. On January 11th, 1989, President Ronald Reagan prepared to depart, having served his 8 years as president. And in his departing speech, he quoted writer John Winthrop, referring to America as a, quote, shining city upon a hill. If you listen to today's young people, some of our fellow Americans, as well as most of our mainstream media, you would believe that America has lost a bit of our luster. You would be wrong, as are they. America has done more for the cause of freedom, more to lift others out of poverty, and more to provide economic expansion across the globe than any country in the world. America was founded by settlers, not immigrants, settlers. There's nothing wrong with immigration. We welcome the hundreds of thousands of immigrants every year legally. There is something wrong about coming into our country or any country illegally. As God commanded Israel to remind their children of the things they had seen and the things he had done for them, lest they forget, I think it's vitally important for us as parents, teachers, grandparents, aunts and uncles to remind our younger generation of how great America has been and how great America continues to be. Now, we've had some bad things happen in America, absolutely, and we shouldn't ignore them. We should learn from them. Slavery is one of them. There is no excuse for slavery. It was a horrible, horrible blot on American history. And we were wrong for allowing it. However, we also helped end slavery across the entire globe. And we don't get credit near enough for that. At the time of our founding, so before we ever become a country, there were approximately 500,000 slaves. So it was a matter of fact that America did not start slavery. Slavery was transferred here as America was founded. Again, we were wrong for allowing it, and we can't make excuses for that. Some of our founders owned slaves, many did not. Benjamin Franklin called slavery an atrocious debasement of human nature and a source of evil. In 1786, George Washington, our first president, wrote, "There was not a man living who wishes more sincerely than I do to see a plan to abolish slavery." And abolish it we did. America lost approximately 700,000 of its citizens fighting in a war to end slavery. Still a horrible stain in our history, but we ended it. And for that, we should be proud. America, following World War II, rebuilt Japan and Germany. Yet many of our allied nations across this world want to complain about America, many of whom would be speaking German if it weren't for America. We stopped killing across the world in places like Rwanda and many others. South Africa, we brought freedom to a group of people that had been held captive. In Botswana, we brought an end or a significant improvement in the HIV/AIDS pandemic that swept that country. America is home of some of the top universities in the world. We have developed or enhanced airplanes, air conditioners, space exploration, and technology. Many of the cures for diseases that we now have, that the world now enjoys, are the results of American doctors, American scientists, and American ingenuity. The entertainment that most of the world enjoys came from America. CNN, shockingly, several years ago, did a report on America. In 1941, according to their report, there were only a dozen democracies. Today, there are more than 100, thanks in large part to America. For the 400 years prior to 1950, global GDP was less than 1% per year. Since 1950, global GDP has increased approximately 4% per year. Again, mainly because of American greatness and our willingness to share our technology and our knowledge to make the world a better place. International order is not an evolution, it's an imposition. The world is freer, safer, and wealthier today because of America. And America almost single-handedly, we had some help, but almost single-handedly stopped communism. As a matter of fact, Ukraine would be part of Russia today if it were not for America. But nobody wants to talk about that. To those who hate this country, the freedom that America allows you the opportunity to leave. But you won't. You know why you won't? Because you're selfish. You want to criticize America while enjoying her benefits. Many of those who criticize America are on welfare programs and are otherwise supported by American taxpayers. Yet you want to complain about our country while you wear your $200 shoes, carry your $1,500 phone, watch your big screen TV, and you want to criticize this country? I'm tired of it. I'm proud of what America is. No, we're not perfect, but we're still the best country this world has ever known. You complain about those who break the law. You complain about those who enforce the law. You can't be happy. When those who enforce the law do enforce the law, you complain that they're enforcing it against people that are not violent. So I have a question for you. How much violence should we allow before we enforce the law? How much law breaking should we allow before we enforce it? These are answers you'll never get from those who hate America. Interestingly enough, the party that complains the most, the political party that complains the most about our laws being enforced, used archaic laws that had never been used to prosecute political enemies like never before. So spare me your outrage that we are now enforcing our laws against those who break them. A simple solution: don't break the law. You'll be fine, because America welcomes our citizens. We welcome those who obey our laws, assimilate to our culture, and stand for the values that America stands for. It's time for Americans, proud Americans, to stand up. As Bill O'Reilly started a couple of years ago a challenge saying it is time to stand up for your country. America is still the greatest country in the world. If you don't like it, leave. Try living somewhere else. As someone who's traveled to many different countries across this world and can speak from experience, I promise you there's nothing like the United States of America. We've fed the hungry. We've freed victims of tyranny. We've disposed dictators. We've helped countries recover from natural disasters. And finally, approximately 3% of America's collective income is given to charity. Much more, significantly more than any other country in the world. It's double what Canada gives to charity. It's triple what the United Kingdom gives to charity, because America is interested in freedom. America is interested in liberty. America wants life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's actually in our Declaration of Independence. So if you don't like America, that's your problem. America is still the greatest country that's ever known. And it's time patriotic Americans, people that love this country, stood up and was proud. We're celebrating 250 years this year of American greatness. Be proud of that. And that's how I see it.